watching VVtv. I'm Miss Victory Violet. I'm a hairdresser in Auckland and I specialise in the pin-up and vintage styling. Today I'm going to be showing you how to do victory rolls. This is probably the thing that I get asked about the most, and whilst they can be a little bit daunting and a little bit hard to get the knack of, once you've got the technique down, they are really simple, really easy, and a great way of getting a little bit of extra oomph into your everyday look. So enjoy and happy rolling! So what you're going to need for doing your victory rolls is a fine tooth comb for back combing. This is a prestige brush or any kind of fine, any kind of soft bristle brush will help to smooth the hair over. You want some bobby pins. If you can try and get the proper professional hairdressing ones, not the cheap ones, they will have just such better grip and hold your victory rolls a lot better. Just a couple of U-shaped pins to just help, you know, with the final details. Hairspray, obviously, we need lots of hairspray. I use Davines No. 7, which is a super strong, shiny hairspray. Unfortunately, it's going out of production, so I'm going to have to find a new favourite. And this is kind of my secret weapon. This is Davines Sea Salt Spray, and I use it on my hair before I've blow dried it, so on my roots when they're still wet, and it just tacks it up. It stops my hair from being that really soft, sleeky kind of texture, so I can do things like this really easily straight after washing it. Makes the back combing hold really well too, which is a bonus. If you can't find a sea salt spray, any kind of root boosting spray, volume, something that you can put in wet hair before you blow dry, and it will honestly make the world of difference. Okay, so now we've got to get our sections. So I do my sections from about the top of the head to the back of my ear. If you have thicker hair, you'll probably maybe not need quite as much. If you had finer hair, you might need to take it from a little bit further back. So the first step is to do your back combing. So this is a foundation of the victory roll, and it is really probably the most important step, because if your back combing isn't good, you're going to have floppy victory rolls that don't really stay in, don't have the right shape. So you've got to do this well. So using your fine tooth comb, just start getting some of that back combing in there, really mainly, you know, focusing on the roots, going up a couple of inches. I like using the fine tooth comb because it just gives you that little bit denser back combing. So as you can see, I'm just doing quite a bit. You know, it's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you, it's going to be hard for you to get this out, but I find the easiest way is just to put conditioner in my hair. Got that part done. So you just smooth it out now with your prestige brush. So you're just smoothing the top layer, not really combing it. Now, start to brush it into place. If you want to use a little dash of hairspray at this point, you can, if you've got a few flyaways coming. Now that you've done your back combing, you can do the roll finally. So the easiest way I find is to just hold the hair like this. So as you can see, I've kind of got a bit more slack on that front part, so you're kind of manipulating the hair up into the position that it's going to be, using one hand to pull down on that front part, so that's going to start creating that circle of the victory roll. And then you can just twirl the ends into the shape that you want it to be. You can have it a little bit of a bigger circle, a little bit smaller. It's up to you. The overall shape of the victory roll should be more of a cone, you know, a little bit smaller starting through here and getting bigger. You don't want it too voluminous out here, and also you shouldn't be able to see through the victory roll. I'm kind of a Nazi about that. I think it just looks a bit weird if they kind of look more like ears, or just looks a bit odd. So now that you've got that into the position that you need it to be, you can pin it. So using your bobby pins, I just slide them in. I don't even open them. This is where if you've got good backcombing that's really thick, you can simply slide them in. It's really easy, but there's lots of grip for them to hang on to with the backcombing. So just do a couple on, you know, the different sides, sliding them in. I usually probably do 2 to 3, like that. If you slide them in as well, usually you can't see them as much. Yep. That feels pretty secure. And then you've got your final touches doing some hairspray. I like to just use my hand most of the time. Sometimes if I use my comb, I accidentally comb my victory roll and I'll screw it up and you've got to do it all over again. I feel like the hand is a little bit safer. You can, sometimes I like to spray the end of my pintail comb and just smooth, you know, smooth it through, getting any flyaways. So that's one side done, and now we can do the other one. Exactly the same. Got to get your back combing done. And sometimes on this side, I do find it easier to roll it a different way to what I showed you before. So you can hold it out to a 90-degree angle from the curve of your head. Create a little pin curl at the end and just roll it down. So this way can be probably a little bit harder for people with long hair or lots of layers. I get my hair cut with my layers at 90 degrees to my head just for this reason, because it's really easy. And it looks good too when it's curled. So just pop some bobby pins in. You might want to use one of those U-shaped pins. And just sort of manipulate it to how you want it to sort of sit. Use some hairspray. Get all those. I always have little flyaways around my ears, which I hate. But no, they look good. Take the back out, which you should have already curled, or you can do it now. Give it a little brush through. I just used a curling tongue for this. Just give that a bit of a spray. And voila! Thank you for watching VVtv. I'm Miss Victory Violet. If you'd like to follow me, I'm on Facebook and Instagram.